Welcome to Attican Plays Railway Empire.
Alright, hi, this is Attican and welcome to part 3 of our look at Patchwork from the Germany DLC as a part of our Railway Empire Back to Basics series. Now the whole idea of Back to Basics was to go back and kind of revisit the game with the latest changes. You know, I started making videos on this game back when the game first came out, and it has changed a fair amount since then. It's still the same basic game, but it has changed. It's got new things like the, as I call them, the super stations that have the auto signals, and some of the warehouse functionality's changed, how you can connect it to a city and that kind of stuff. And so the whole idea of Back to Basics was to go back to the beginning, go right through the campaign as tutorials, and try to talk about key concepts that we all need to know in order to play this game well. And so I'm going to start this by talking about a concept that I rarely mention, and it deserves a little attention. So right here, for example, if I hover over this, and by the way, have your tooltips on. If you want to get these utilization, you need to go to Options, Gameplay, and have tooltips turned on. Because if I turn them off and go in here, see how nothing happens? So I need to have those tooltips turned on. And then I can hover over these and see my utilization. Okay? Well, the big thing you want to watch is that utilization. Look at this line right here. It's at 26%. Now, you would think, okay, that's great. We can add like 3 times more trains on here, or twice as many trains or whatever, and have no problems. Not true. On the track itself, you really don't want to get, that's pretty much loaded right there. If we start running more trains on that line, what's going to happen is a slow, full train is going to get up here. Maybe it'll stop here for, wow, look at that utilization. Oh, I just learned something. The utilization on that is 131%, meaning a lot. I think it's telling us a lot of trains are using it, which makes perfect sense. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. If a big old heavy train comes up here, stops here, then has to slowly accelerate uphill, the next thing you know, you got a traffic jam behind them. It's sort of like commuting to work in rush hour. In non-rush hour, you can drive on a street and everything's beautiful, but you get to rush hour and have more and more traffic piled on that exact same street that used to work so well, and suddenly things don't work at all, to the point even of gridlock. And so what we want to avoid is having much more than this. I'm basing this on, and I do apologize, I actually searched, I tried to find it in my comments. One of our little gang had written back. He's actually a circuit board designer, so he's an expert at this kind of thing, min-max, perfecting utilization of lines and stuff like that. And he had experimented with it, and I don't recall the exact numbers, but it wasn't much more than this that he felt that you could get effectively on a line. And one of the reasons that I developed the style of play I used to use exclusively, which is the dedicated lines everywhere, was to avoid that problem. I was just kind of saying, look, I want every line, I want to know exactly what's going to go on every line, and I want to know how many trains I can put on there, and I don't want any slowdowns anywhere. Well, so like this guy here, and the reason I'm going on about this is, this guy here, we've got this beautiful line that's running these the fruit and the wood and the wool over to our 3 big cities over here. Well, that's great. But it would be really tempting to say, oh, well, let's pile Cologne in and run them over here. And let's run Koblenz over here. And let's run some, and let's run some of the stuff here back over there. And next thing you know, our whole system dies. So we're going to keep an eye on that. But here's so anyway, that's our little back to basics speech. So that's over with. Now, let's talk about what we've got to do now. Now, what we've got to do is we need to access 6 areas and have 750,000 people in our network. And we've got about 250 now. And that's how much we've been able to grow these 3 cities, basically. And so we need a new plan. You know, it's time to make a new plan, Stan. So what we're going to do is let's take a quick look. Here, this was our basic original plan, and we followed it pretty well. We had a goods exchange hub, which had moderate success, I would say. We followed the process. We used our special cars. We had auto stations at the ones we were trying to grow. The 3 in Hesse. We've got auto warehouses. You know, we ran raw materials directly into the city so that we could get paid immediately for shipment and not have trains kind of shuttling around between warehouses without getting any money. And let's see, well, that was it. So we followed our plan pretty well, and by golly, it worked. But it's time to make a new plan, because what we have to do now is we have to keep growing. So what we're going to do here is try to grow toward that 750,000, and we know that coming up later is a big task to have 10 large cities. And so we're going to grow what we have access to here, particularly Saarbrucken, Koblenz, and Cologne. So that's going to be our accent in this episode, is how are we going to grow those? And keeping in mind this whole traffic thing, and keeping in mind what incredibly hard, this is really tough terrain to deal with. This mountain range in through here, over here, over here, over here, up here, it's everywhere, over here. So we've got to deal with all that, and we've got to control our traffic so that we don't end up with, run everything through here somehow. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to, like I said, make a new plan. We are going to kind of have a phase 2 plan. Our phase 2 plan is going to have a similar approach, kind of the basic overall idea. Now, but look at this. I'm planning on using regular stations for everything, because I want to be very, very cautious of my track utilization and what's going on in my system. So I'm going to go back to my way of playing a little bit, and you'll just have to bear with me. And we are going to switch over completely here. We're actually going to use a warehousing system for the raw materials and for the manufactured goods. And back to this, what I'm finding is that on this map, I find this map extreme. If I'm repeating myself, I apologize, but I find this map extremely hard to do city growth on. The way they have the numbers set up for how much you need, like, in our plan where we looked at let me go back to it. If we look down here at how much, like if you had a 3-city cluster, how much of all these goods you need, the building these things up to that point of production just doesn't work. It just it's hard. So we're going to do this. What I have found is on this map, getting those raw materials there is crucial. If you can get all the raw materials to the cities, you're good. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a warehouse system where we load. We're going to have 3 warehouses: one on Saarbrücken, one on Koblenz, and one on Cologne, that are all doing raw materials. And we're going to put raw materials in the closest one. So in our case here, we'll have, let me think about this. I think what we'll do is have in Saarbrücken, we're going to have milk. That's an obvious one. And we're going to do the veggies. We're actually going to run veggies all the way down here to Saarbrücken, because it's a good way we can kind of go around all the mess, go down here and load up a warehouse with veggies and milk. Then in Koblenz, we've already got the fruit and wood right here, so we'll set up, it'll get loaded with fruit and wood. And then over here in Cologne, we've got the wool close by, so we'll load wool into Cologne. And then the grain, we got 2 choices. We can either run it to Saarbrücken or we can run it to Koblenz. It would be closer to Koblenz, but I think, no. Actually, I'll show you why. We're definitely going to run it down here to Saarbrücken, for two reasons. One is the topography, I'll explain that in a minute, and two is Saarbrucken has our pastries, which need the grain, so we want to make sure there's a good grain supply down here. So, so now we've got grain and milk and veggies here. We've got fruit and wood here, and we've got and we've got wool on Cologne. And then we're going to just set up our little warehouse-to-warehouse shuttle system to move those goods back and forth, and that's going to allow all three cities to access all 6 goods that we're trying to deliver. Okay, so that's kind of the general idea for that. That's for goods, and then for raw materials. And then for manufactured goods, we're going to have another warehouse on Koblenz because it's the central one, and we'll put everything in there. We'll have a line from a train station in Cologne that goes there, takes whatever they make here, deposits it, brings back whatever it needs. Same thing with Saarbrücken. Take what you manufacture and bring back what you need. So that's the plan. That's what we're going to focus on right now to try to stimulate city growth in these 3 cities and start moving toward that 750,000. Now, why didn't we do this at the beginning? If this is a good way to do it, why not at the beginning? Because the beginning totally different. We don't have as much money. We have an established income now. We're making 1.7 million a quarter in profit, and that's going to grow. But at the beginning, we just had that $1 million to start with and nothing else. And so we had to come up with a way to get paid and make money now, right now. And that's why we ran direct lines for our raw materials in here, so we could get paid as soon as a train got in there. We wanted the money. Well, now it's a little different. Now we want to be very efficient in how we move stuff, because we're going to go upscale, so the warehouses will help us, and we're going to we got a little money to deal with and to get this set up. So I've talked enough. I've talked too much as usual. I'm going to reload this because I talked right through a bunch of my time, and then we're going to start playing it and work that plan. All right, let's go. I want to get the raw materials into these systems first. We're going to put in a big warehouse, a regular big warehouse. We're going to put it right over here on Saarbrücken. And then we're going to have a line that runs from up here. There's a 4th right here. This one is not being used, so we're going to come down from this existing station and come down this little valley here, back up, and then we're going to plug in to that warehouse. And then we're going to double track that. Give it a tower, and we're going to set up a line that comes here out of track 4, runs full, goes to that warehouse. Use the best train we've got at the moment. And it's not doing anything. Why not? Because we need to turn on that. We're going to turn on meat, logs, wool, fruit, and milk. And we're going to max out this one, and this one, and this one, because this is the source warehouse for those items, and give it repairs. Okay, so now we got this train coming down here. How fast is it? 55 days. So what we're going to do now to figure out, well, how many trains do we want to run? Well, we could run however many we want, right? And just keep piling stuff in there. But what we're going to do is think of it like this. We're going to feed 3 cities with this. So we need a rate of 3 plus the factories and stuff. So we're going to want to have at least a rate of like 4 or 5 coming down there. Like 4 would be okay to start. So this guy here is taking 55. So he's kind of doing 1-1. So we're going to need at least 1, 2, 3 plus some more trains. So we're going to run 4 trains to start with. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we're going to have a bunch of grain going down here to Saarbrucken. Oh, and we have a connection bonus. How lovely is that? Let's see. Let's put a small train station in Saarbrücken. Let's collect that money. And we're not overly busy here. But I'm not worried about that. We're gonna stay focused on what we're trying to do. So we got grain coming in. We got our bonus. We'll just leave that line for now. Now let's get. What else do we need? We need milk over there, but none of them are big enough to drink the milk yet. Let's go up here. We definitely want veggies, so let's go up here. We've got this. No, I don't want that. We've got this 4th track out here that's not used. So we're going to delete this piece that ties it into that system. And we're going to come down like this. And this is expensive, but we're going to run our veggies down here. Now, let's look at the utilization right here. It's at 12%, so it's fine. We will go ahead and plug into that line. So we'll come down here and we'll plug into this line right here, which will give, and if we look at the utilization, this is 12%, and then if we look over here, it's 4, so we're good. We're not going to overburden that line. So we're going to plug in like this, accept that. Oh, you know what? No, we're not. We're going to blow that up because that was sloppy. That was really sloppy. Okay. I had giant bridges in there that were absolutely not needed. Okay. Like I think that whole section through there was a bridge. Okay. Go just around, what do you call that place? Volms. Come in like that. So that's about $160,000 less. And it may not even need to be that much. $315. Okay, that looks a lot better. Let's double track it back. All right, and now we're going to have a line coming out of track 4 and going here. Let's hold off on that just a minute. Okay, let's set this up. We need to have a line that comes here and hooks into the feeder line, like so. Oh wait. This is a regular station, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Sorry. Got to be careful what I use. I want to use this line right here and hook in like so. And get rid of this short track. That looks good. All right, now we can run the line. Set a line from here, track 4, run full, go to that warehouse, and that is 176 days. So we would need 4 to keep up a pace of 1, and then they're going to grow and need a little more than that. So 5, 6. All right, so we're going to run a bunch of trains, load a bunch of veggies into that warehouse. We'll do the milk in a minute. And now we want to have, now we need a little money. Where are we on research? Sure, we can always take more money on our passengers. Money. Okay. I think we'll close this bond, open a bigger bond. Will we? Will we? Now we're accumulating. We're doing all right. All right. So now what we want to do is be able to have a warehouse here, and I'm going to name this one. Slow down. I'm going to name this one the Saarbrucken, and it is Saarbrucken wheat, milk, and veggies. Okay. Now, we want to put a big warehouse and connect it to Koblenz. And I had a thought about Koblenz. It's up here on this mesa. It's a pain, but if we're mildly clever, and it doesn't take real clever, just mildly clever, we can put a warehouse down here, like so, and we can call it the Koblenz logs and fruit. Okay, then we can start running a line between that Koblenz logs and fruit, bring it over here, and we can look at this. Utilization's only 4%, so we can go ahead and tie into this. We've got low utilization. We're cool. We can tie in to the right side. Let's tie into the left side because we're running right on the edge there. Okay. And we can double track this. Like so. And get rid of that short block right there. And that one right there. Okay, so that gives us the ability to move stuff from here. Well, no, it doesn't, but it will as soon as we do this. As soon as we go like this and come down and put and attach to our line here. Ah, shoot. Wrong side. Attached to this side right there. Look at that short block. That looks good. Okay, now we have the ability to take stuff from here over here. Now, what do we want in here? We want stuff from here. So let's look at this. And we see track 4 is not being used. So if we take track 4 and we connect it into this, I'd like to do it, I think, from here, like that. Like so. and that utilization's fine. Set a line from here, track 4. Track 4, run full. Go in here, the only place you can go, which is, I don't know how you'd get into both those. How would you get into track 4? How would you do? Oh, I guess you could take some big giant long route. Okay, go into track 3 like that. And that's kind of it. And let's see. And down here we need to turn on this and this and this. 4, 5, 6. And we want to we'll add some extra this, extra that. Put on repairs. Now we've got a train running. Now what I'm going to do is actually tell this train, because we're calling 2 things here. I'm going to tell this train to prioritize wood. And then I'm going to set up another line, set up a line from here to here. Track 4, prioritize fruit, run full. Into track 3. Go. And then we're going to see how long does that take. 35. So we should, those 2 trains should do a good job of getting stuff in here. We'll add more if we feel like we need it, but we should see logs. See, Koblenz is starting to eat them up right away, which is great. That's great. Okay, so now we've got this warehouse starting to get filled up. Let's do the same down here in Cologne and get this going. Let's see here. I think this is really hard to handle. I think we might come in crossover. I think we're going to build a crossover like this. And maybe run this ridge and come in over here. That might be the way to go. That would be this track 2. Let's see how this works. We come over here. We'll clean it up in a bit. Here, crossover. Come up here, and I think we have a track here that isn't used. Yep. Plug this into this track. No, that's not right. What am I doing? Well, that's interesting. Now I want to put stuff in a warehouse here in Cologne because it needs a warehouse for its own city growth. Let's see here. Throw that away. Let's do a big warehouse here. And let's have the line that feeds it come out here like this and cross and go into track 4 like so. Nope. I built a little bridge I didn't need. I hate those little bridges you just don't have to have. Okay, that's better. Over here, in like so. There we go. Okay. And then double track that back. And let's give them a tower right there. And repairs. And we'll start running out of track 4, run full, take wool over here. And then in this warehouse, we're going to turn on the same ones. And we'll take extra wool because this is the source spot. Now that train is taking 41 days, so that covers 1, 2, 3 plus. We're going to run 2, 3. Let's do 3 for now. Okay. All right. So now we've got. Well, we just need milk, and we've got the whole thing. So our milk. How busy are you? 10%. Okay, doesn't really matter. I think we'll run our milk. Actually, is that something we can buy? We can buy that milk, but let's not fool with it. Let's let the computer owner figure out what to do with it. Okay. Okay. Log in there. Milk to here. Now that line takes, that's a 1, so we'd want a 2 and a 3. Okay, and that should give us enough milk to satisfy everybody for the time being. And let's see if we've got any stock here. Now, there we go. It's time for us to level up this wheat field. A spy we'd like. Go spy on Beatrix. Okay. What's going on here? Oh, okay, that's a new train that just spawned. Okay, good deal. It's almost keeping up, but we're going to give it one more. There we go. Okay. So we're starting to get any excess. We're getting some fruit, but that makes sense. Nobody wants fruit. And here, yeah, we're doing great on the wool. All right, so we can start looking at the shuttle now. So we're going to run out like this, run like so, and now we'll do our line that goes kind of runs the ridge like so, comes in here to track 2. Okay, now, how do we determine how many trains to run between these two warehouses? I think it kind of comes down to, well, we're almost, how can we calculate it? We could say 6 products, they need a 6. That would be one way to do it. Set up a line between here if you notice, there's an auction every time I start to set a line. From here, it's track 2. From here, track 2, we don't want you to take anything but the wool. And then over here in track 2, we don't want you to take the wool. You can take anything else. Oh, we got the Hulda as our spy. Our spy got the Hulda. Good for them. So this line takes 51 days. That's 1. So eventually we're going to want like 6 trains here. We're going to start with 3. Okay. Then we want to do the other exchange, which is from here to here. And this one, shoot. Okay, I must not have it set up correctly yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I see the problem here. I'm not staying true to my own thing here. Okay, we've got grain coming in here. We've got veggies coming in on 2. We will have, where's our milk coming in? Our milk is coming in on 2. It really should be on 3, but that's okay. We don't overload it. So I guess what I'm saying is, what I really need to do is have track that goes right there. And then, let's see, research. More money, why not? Okay, slow down. We want to set up our line from here to here. There, now it makes sense. Okay, we're going to go out of track 4. We are not going to take wood or this or this. And then on this side, we're going into track 4, and we are not going to take this or this or this back, okay? And let's see, how long does that take? That takes 102, so it's going to take 2 to equal 1. So I'm going to start with 6. That's a longer line. Okay, so now we should start seeing goods exchanges going on here between these 3 cities. So they should be getting raw materials in a fairly simple setup. Okay, and now they need manufactured goods. So what we can do with the manufactured goods is get another big warehouse. It won't. It won't quite fit. Shoot. It's just the one. We're only going to put a warehouse here in the middle. We're actually going to run a line between the cities, the 2 end cities, into this warehouse. So, we're going to have to put it up here on the hill, though. Maybe like that. And this one is going to contain 1, 2, 3. Not that, because they're not close by. That, and probably that. And give him repairs. Now we're going to need a line that goes from this over here to Cologne, and we want to check our, it's only 7%, so that's cool. We'll run this down like this. And I know I keep saying that, check the usage, check the usage. It's just, I mean, it's just a notion we haven't covered before. I'm kind of beating it to death, but I think you get the idea. Okay, we'll run this over here and plug it in like so. Shoot. It doesn't fit right there. Need more space. So come out of this one here a little further to the side. That's a 20-degree slope. That's actually pretty good. Okay. Here, and here. Supply tower. Okay, so all we need to do here, we need a station. Let's put a train station with signaling control in Koblenz. And the first thing we want to hook it up to actually is this line right here. Okay. And this warehouse up here, our goods exchange, we've already set it up. Did we give it repairs? We did. Wow. All right, we're going to set up a line between here and here. And that's really all we have to do. Its job is going to be to carry stuff that you make to this warehouse and bring back stuff that you need that you don't have. It takes 47 days, so that'd be 1. Let's start with 3. And let's go down here to Saarbrucken. Put in a station and run it up here. Man, that's a clumsy spot, isn't it? Let's see, I'm thinking that again. Let me rethink that. We may need to go up the valley for this. So let's go out of track, out of this track right here. Run this this ridge along the river, and swing like this. And we could probably be best just coming in like that. Okay. don't like that 18 degrees. I don't like that 20. I don't like this at all. Trash that. Let's try it up here and see if it's better. Yeah, 5 degree. I like that better. Shoot. You get out of there. That's better. Okay. Like so. We'll double track it up here. Give it a tower. And we'll give it a couple of towers. Okay, and then all we need is a line that goes from here to here, and it will kind of automatically take what we can provide and bring back. So 78, so we need 2 to equal 1. We'll run some trains. Okay. So how are we looking here? We're getting growth in Saarbrucken. We don't have wood yet, but there is wood there to be had. In fact, there comes some. Okay. We're going to take this Hulda and replace all of our passenger mail lines. There aren't very many. Okay. There's one line, 4 trains. Okay. So now we really have these 3 cities set to grow. We should have. We definitely want to run the pigs directly into Cologne. That's for sure. And I think we're going to go around here and go in the back door so we can avoid all this. So let's put a small station here. Give it repairs. Slow down, slow down. I really shouldn't run on fast forward so much. I think my scores would be much better if I didn't. Okay. Like so. Set up a rail line, run full into here. How busy is that? Oh, not at all. Which doesn't make any sense. We can give it a car. We might as well make the extra money. 33 days. Let's give it we'll give it 3 trains to support this big, fast-growing area. And something's wrong. I didn't set up this, so this line has to go to this warehouse. I thought I did that. I wonder if I've just goofed up here. Now this isn't wrong, but I mean what I've done prior. 57, that's a 1, 2, 3. I think I've got, no, that's correct. Oh, I've got this. This here is warehouse 4 to warehouse 5 is a complete waste of time. That's where I goofed up. Warehouse 4 to warehouse 5. We don't need you. 4 to 5. We don't need you. 4 to 5. Sorry about that. Okay. Alright, so we got all 3 of them growing. Okay. And hopefully we've got enough. We've done the math more or less correctly to get enough stuff in here. Oh, missing supplies. Who would be... it's this train right here. Okay, so supply, let's put a tower on this. Come down here, yeah. We're a little scant on the supply towers on that road. Okay. So honestly, that should set up these 3 cities to grow. We've got the beer meat going for all of them now. We've got 6 raw materials being moved in. We're feeding that directly. We've got plenty of wheat coming down here to the pastries. Yeah, plenty of wheat. We're even good on veggies. This is nice. So what we really need probably is more the exchange. I've got 6 going that way. And let's see, the exchange here is this one. Let's run there. Okay, pause now. Okay, we're up to 400. It's 1855. All right, now we've set up 3 cities, I think, in a very good position to grow. Koblenz, Cologne, and Saarbrucken. And we've got these cities out here. Oh, man, we need a museum. Goodness gracious, get a museum in there. Okay. Okay, a computer owner has put tools in here. Not a bad choice. They aren't so useful to get to 120 because they're used so late. Here, let's look at this utilization, 25. Yeah, see how heavy this traffic is through here? Even just at 25, it's enough. If anything, it's too much. So we want to get this iron over here to this tool maker. And he's actually getting it over land, and we may not even mess with it if that's true. If he's going to get it over land, we're not even going to mess with it. Okay, but where I was going was, now we've got 3 cities set up to grow in a nice little design. We can remember that design and use it for others. And in fact, the other thing we can do, Koblenz really, this is a redundant meat. We should be able to get it, hopefully could get enough meat and leather from here. We want to grow this and put a tailor in Cologne. And we want to put something useful here. And I think the thing to do would be a brandy business. So I think, oh, they have actually, shoot. Okay, we can put a brandy or a dairy there, and they're going to have a business opportunity soon. So this is going great. So what do we want up here? We've got fruit coming in directly, so this would be a logical place to put our brandy. So why don't we put a brandy industry, a distillery here in Cologne, and I'm going to put in, a small station, and it will let me put a second one in. It will. Okay, and then I'm going to put the distillery in so I know where to put it. Okay, over there is a good spot for it. So it's got a distillery, and we can just keep the meat for now. And let's bump that up one. So now we should start seeing some brandy over here for when the cities need that. And wheat beer wouldn't have been bad. We could do wheat beer down here would be good. The wheat beer would be here in Saarbrucken because that's got a direct line to the wheat. And then a tailor over here in Cologne because it's got a direct line. It's already got the meat, it's got the leather, and it's got a direct line to the wool. All right, cool, cool. Okay. Yeah, why don't we stop right there? I really like this. I like the control of what's going on. I like the, the one thing we might need to do, just as a little, kind of a little kludge, make sure that this is connected to our network, like that. Because I'm concerned if we try to go to another city, it's going to say we're not connected. But I think we're cool now. Koblenz is now officially connected to the network, even though it's just a symbolic connection. Okay, yeah, let's stop right there. I'm very happy with this. This looks great, and it's organized. I can follow it. I understand what's going on. Got the cities being fed. Why aren't you growing? It's not getting vegetables. Are we getting vegetables here? We're not getting vegetables there. How many we got here? We got plenty here. One of the things we're going to have to look at is probably prioritizing some of these trains. So like here, when you leave Saarbrucken, prioritize the veggies. Let's see what he does. He should unload the wool here and take back veggies. Yep, that's what he's doing. Good deal. I'll probably have to go through each of these. Probably want one that prioritizes each item, going back and forth here to make sure you're getting an even flow of stuff and getting all the different goods. That would probably be a good thing to do. But yeah, let's stop right there. Very nice. And the next one we're going to talk about how in the world are we going to stay on track. It's 1855. How are we going to get this done very, very quickly? And we'll deal with that in the next episode.
I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it'll help you become a better player. I hope you'll like, comment, and subscribe, and join us for our next Railway Empire video. Thank you.